In this video, I'm gonna give you 4 major tips while grading a car photography or any other object you want to feature out using Resolve. Before we start grading, I'm gonna walk you through the environment settings. I'm not gonna explain it in details, this is just for your information and just to make sure we're on the same page setting-wise. So, in your project settings, make sure the timeline resolution is the same as your image. Otherwise, you would need to scale the clip. If the image is super huge, just make sure you got the same aspect ratio. So for example, you've got this resolution of your picture. You can divide these numbers by 2 or by 4 to preserve resources while color grading. So for instance, I will put here 6192 divided by 4, which is this number, and 4128 divided by 4, which is 1032. In color page, set color science to Davinci YRGB, timeline color space Davinci White Gamut Intermediate, output color space Rec 709 Gamma 2.4. Then go to Davinci Resolve, Preferences, User tab and Editing. And in here you can set standard still duration to 1 frame. Okay, so let me drag and drop the photo to the timeline. As you see, it's by default 1 frame long and it's fitting the timeline resolution aspect ratio perfectly. So now we can switch to color page. In the notes panel, add another serial note, so tap Alt S and make some space between those two notes. I label the first one Davinci White Gamut and the second Rec 709. Now, from the effects library, search for color space transform and add it to both nodes. In the first one, set the following: input color space sRGB and gamma sRGB, output color space Davinci White Gamut and Davinci Intermediate as gamma. And in the second one, Davinci White Gamut, Davinci Intermediate as input, and Rec 709 and gamma 2.4 as output. In short, we're gonna color grade in larger color space than the original image and pipe it out to Rec 709. With all that settings, we can now proceed to the first step, which are primaries adjustments. In primaries, you basically want to adjust exposure, balance, contrast, and saturation so that your object stands out of the rest of the image. So let me create 4 serial nodes. Just tap Alt S to create a serial node, and I'm gonna label them exposure, balance, contrast, saturation. In this case, exposure is more or less fine. Since this is not a lock image, you can adjust exposure using offset wheel. Otherwise, it would be better to use HDR global wheel. But before you change it, make sure you've set color space and gamma. In my case, it's a simple JPEG image, so I can change exposure using offset wheel. Then we've got balance. I explain balance in more details in this video, so I strongly recommend you to see it. This image is already nicely balanced, you can tell it by the eye and also by what the vector scope is showing, so we can leave it. But since we've got a wide area on this image, which is a license plate, we can try an auto white balance tool. So in primaries, just click this white balance tool and then click something that is pure white, in our case license plate. And yeah, this is before and after. Next, contrast. Again, if you want to learn more about contrast, check out this video, link in the description. So yeah, we can try contrast and pivot in primaries. That looked decent, but I think I can do better than this using curves. So let me try to make a nice contrasty image by creating an S-curve and try to make the car, or basically any other object you will grade, stand out. And finally, saturation. In this video I discussed 7 ways how you can control saturation in Resolve, so check that out also. And what I'm gonna do now with saturation is just slightly increase density control and color slice tool. We're gonna use power windows to further making the object stand out of the rest, so we're gonna need 4 parallel nodes, so tap Alt P to create a parallel node. In the first one, create a circle power window, set its size to cover more or less your object, Make its size rather smaller because you're gonna smooth out the edges by dragging this line. You can switch to highlight mode, Shift H to see exactly your selection. I think we're good. And now what we want to do is to invert the power window, so click this icon. Let me disable highlight mode. And in primaries, decrease gain wheel. Just a tiny bit to make your object stand out even more. Okay, this is before and after. Next, copy the first parallel node and paste it to the second one. Uncheck invert option in the power window, but this time increase the gain wheel. So this is before and after. In the third parallel node, create another circle power window and place it over the part you think is the most important. In my case, it will be the grille, the lamp, and maybe also the front wheel. And in primaries, increase detail control. So this is before and after. You can feature your object even more by creating a fake fast lens. In other words, you can add blur to the background. So we're gonna need one layer mixer. Just right click on the nodes panel, add a node, layer mixer, add 2 more corrector nodes. Now disconnect this line, just double click it when it turns blue. This node will be our masked object and it will be on top. So we need to connect it with layer mixer with the input below, because layer mixer inputs are upside down. And in this node, we're gonna add some blur, so it should be below our object. So we need to connect it to the input above. And of course, you need to connect it with the rest of the nodes, like so. Starting with the mask, if you're on free version, you need to mask it manually using power window and pen tool. In Studio, it's faster to use Magic Mask. That's what I'm gonna do. You don't need to track it because the clip is only 1 frame long. And in our blur node, apply gradient power mask. And blur the image using blur tool. Adjust the strength, don't overdo it. So this is before and after. Sometimes you get a perfect shot, but one little detail is bugging you, like this sewer grate. It would be better without it. In such case, you can very easily remove it, and it's really worth trying. So for this kind of type object removal, all you need to do is another serial node, create a power window to adjust the edge smoothness. Then in sizing tab, switch to node sizing. Check key lock and simply pan and tilt the object you want to remove. And the final result is pretty good. So this is our whole grade before and after. And finally, to render your work, go to render page. And in here you need to uncheck audio, of course, because you're gonna render pictures. In video tab, switch from QuickTime to JPEG, and also switch from single clip to individual clips, and check render at source resolution. You can further customize the name, you can add the suffix, you can choose a custom name or source name and so on, and click add to render queue and render. So these few steps can significantly improve the image attractiveness and make the objects you want to feature out be more eye-catching. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to learn more tips like this. Cheers and see you in the next one.